Okay, hello. Welcome back to my channel. I am playing Yoshi's Island and talking about our trip to California over Christmas. So, the next day was, you know what? I think it was New Year's Eve, actually. If I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure that was New Year's Eve. And we went to, my sister's house, and they got to meet their cousins. Well, they already knew two of them, but they got to meet my sister's youngest and, you know, see their cousin again for the first time in many years. And so that part was absolutely amazing. They got to see, you know, my sister for the first time in many years. We got to spend New Year's Eve together, sort of. We went there, we had fun, we ended up DoorDashing whatever for dinner. We might have actually DoorDashed lunch too. It was bad. We had a real DoorDash problem in California, I'm going to be honest with you. But we, so here's, once again, my coffee saga. We went to, me and Lucas, our hotel that we were staying at in Folsom had a restaurant inside of it. And so we went down, me and Lucas. Matthew didn't want to come, and Salem doesn't eat breakfast. We decided to go down and have breakfast. And I was like, you know, it's a nice little restaurant. It's got, you know, eggs, sausage, you know, it'll be fine. So we go down there, and we get breakfast. I ask for coffee right away. And I'm like, oh, finally coffee. They bring me one of the worst cups of coffee I have ever had in my entire life. I took one drink and I was like, oh, this is bad. Lucas told me that the food, like, I agree, the food was not good. I'm not going to say the name of the hotel because I don't want to, like, trash the hotel. But, it was a beautiful hotel. And maybe their lunch and dinner food was better, but I was not impressed with their breakfast at all. Like, it just, and maybe it's because Lucas and I are spoiled by the diner that we go to here in our town that my best friend works at, and that it's just, you know, it's just like one of those little diners, you know. Diners are awesome. And I think that maybe we are spoiled by it because this restaurant in Folsom, or this restaurant in this hotel was terrible. It really was. And the coffee was so bad. And I was so upset because I finally got a cup of coffee and it was just trash. So then, you know, my brother-in-law comes and gets us after we're all ready. And we go to my sister's for New Year's Eve, and, you know, she's got snacks, and you know, we ended up DoorDashing dinner, and it was all good, and we had lots of fun. The kids, you know, hung out and played. We ended up, didn't I already do this? Shit. Ugh. Hold on, I'm gonna pause for a second, because I have to do something really quick here. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to check something really quick. Anyway, so we ended up going to my sister's, and, you know, we were just sitting there hanging out. I think we might have played some board games. I don't remember if we played board games that day or one of the other days. And we ended up watching the ball drop for the East Coast, which, you know, that's where the kids and I are from. And, you know, we did the whole Happy New Year thing, and then we decided to go back to our hotel, because I didn't want Holly's kids to have to stay up super late, and, you know, it's just, you know, we ended up going back to the hotel before it got too late. I didn't want my brother-in-law out driving shortly after the ball drops, because I didn't want, you know, I don't know if there's going to be drunk people coming home from bars, or, you know, I was trying to do the what seemed like the safest option. And so, we did that, and it was very nice to, see my sister and hang out. And then, I was asleep before the ball dropped in California. My kids apparently were still awake. Like, I turned on the TV once we got back to the hotel, but I was out like a light. And then the next day, we ended up going the next day. Oh yeah, it also rained. It was rainy and windy, and right after the ball dropped at my sister's, this was also another reason why we went back to the hotel, the power went out at my sister's. And so we were like, okay, well, might as well let you guys go to sleep and, you know, get Jay home before, you know, that's my brother-in-law, get him home before, like, all the drunk people are out on the roads. And so we ended up, so the next day was our day that we were supposed to walk around Folsom. And my sister and my brother-in-law are photographers. And so if you're in the Northern California area and you're looking for a photographer, I know of some. They decided to take pictures of the kids' night and like their kids and, you know, everything. And so like we just walked around Folsom. There's like cute little bookstore we went into and like some other little shops, and it was lots of fun. And then we ended up going back to their place, and we got pizza for dinner and just kind of hung out, and had a great time. And then the next day was the day that we were getting on a stupid airplane and going home, but we weren't getting on a stupid airplane till 8 o'clock at night. And so we went back to my sister's again, and we hung out for the day there until it was time to get on an airplane. And then we got on an airplane. Well, my brother-in-law took us, our flight was at like 8:30 at night. My brother-in-law took us to the airport in Sacramento, which is where we're flying out of. And we got there a little bit early because I always get to the airport early. So we had some dinner real quick at the airport. And then we just went and waited by the gate, and we, sorry, trying not to die because I'm on my last life. We got on our flight, and it was only like an hour and a half long flight, because we were just going to Vegas, where we were supposed to have an 8-hour layover. But our flight was delayed because they didn't have baggage handlers or something. So we actually ended up on the flight, sitting on like the tarmac for probably like 45 minutes. So we ended up getting to LA like an hour later than we were supposed to. And so we get to the airport in Las Vegas, not LA. So we get to the airport in Las Vegas, and it's like 11:30 at night, and everything is already closed. Like, it was terrible. Like, we had debated going to the Strip, but the kids were tired. I didn't really want to take my kids to the Vegas Strip at like midnight. Like, that just seemed like not the greatest plan. And so I ended up just we ended up just going to sit in chairs and just like kind of doze off, and we literally just sat in the airport for like 7 hours. But we did end up when Dunkin' Donuts opened at like when Dunkin' Donuts opened up at like 5 a.m. Lucas and I went and got coffee. There's the end of my coffee saga, by the way. I finally got a cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. And then we got on our plane and we did the 5-hour flight back to Detroit. And my best friend picked me up from the airport. And I've never been so happy to see that girl in my life. And our luggage took forever to come. So those things all happened. But yeah, it was overall it was an amazing trip. Our part where we went to see my little sister and her kids was by far the best part of the whole trip. For sure. Like, for sure, the best part of the whole entire trip. We had fun with them, and we definitely said that next time we were to go to California, we would just want to go see them. Like I said, don't get me wrong, Disneyland was fun. We had fun, but we can go to Disneyland some other time. Like, we definitely just want to go see my little sister next time we go. But honestly, she is probably not going to be in California anymore by the next time, so doesn't really matter. I guess next time we can just go to Disneyland instead. But seriously, it was genuinely tons and tons and tons of fun. It was a good trip, even if it was a lot sometimes. Oh my gosh. It was a lot of travel. It was a lot of everything. And by the time we got home, we were just zombies. Like, we got home, and thank goodness we still had a couple of days before school started up again, because our flight came in at like noon, I want to say. Oh yeah, that's what happened. So Lucas had gotten a new computer for Christmas. And by the way, I'm going to stop here because I'm not going to torture you guys with this anymore. I'm done. But our flight, we got home, and I'd promised Lucas that when we got back, we were going to go to Best Buy to replace his computer because the one that I got him for Christmas wasn't working. So the other kids got to go in their rooms and go lay down while me and Lucas drove, 3 cities away to go take care of his computer. And let me tell you, by the time I went to bed that night, I was so unbelievably tired that we were useless for like 2 days after that. Like, it was insane. But yeah, that was Adventures in California. It was a fun time, and I don't think that there's any super interesting stories that I left out. Maybe if my sister Holly wants to do a video together, we can talk about some stuff that happened while we were there, that maybe she can think of. Maybe we'll do another Stardew Valley video and talk about California. But it was really nice. I'm really glad that we did it, even though there was a lot of stress and drama sometimes. I'm very, very, very glad that we made the trip. I would do it again 100 times, even with all the rain, even with the canceled flight, even with all the stress, all of it. I would do it again 100 times because it was so, so amazing. And that's it. Go check out my Instagram where I have a photo dump of the trip. Go check out my TikTok where I also have like a little photo dump video kind of thing and a few like ride highlights. A couple of clips of things that I didn't turn into YouTube videos or YouTube shorts. Maybe I did turn them all into shorts, I don't remember. You can also check out my YouTube videos, my shorts. You can check out more gaming videos. I don't know what I'm going to play when I come back. I guess if I can think of anything to talk about that's actually interesting, I'll do more Yoshi's Island. But as you guys can see, I'm awful at this game for some reason. Like, genuinely the worst. So if I don't have anything interesting to talk about, the gameplay is crap. So why would you want to watch it? Yeah, I don't know. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.